So what makes a great dance workshop? How do you define a great dance workshop? Are you interested in teaching and giving amazing workshops, lifelong remembering types of workshops? Well, you're in the right place. We're gonna get right into that in this episode.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey, what's up everybody? Carlos from BT Movements here, talking about workshops, dance workshops especially. I've had the luxury of being around some of the best workshop givers that I've ever been able to find. We're talking about people that have really changed the game for tens of years, people that whose names will always be in the history books, learning from like the source of our culture and how we like to define it, the style that we like to choose, because not everybody teaches the same. It's definitely been a lifelong journey. Like I said, it's been about 23 years of like continuously going to classes and trying to find out, you know, the truths and so many different ways that we can teach the same thing, because not every learner is the same. And so as an educator, you have to acknowledge that and be able to break down exactly the same exact move, but say it in a different way. It doesn't matter how the student gets it. The most important thing is that they get it and it stays with them forever. It's kind of like riding a bike. Once you get the technique, the way that, however way you learned it, it stays with you forever. So a workshop to me should be exactly the same. But what makes the difference between a pop-up class and a workshop? And this is just my opinion, just saying it out there. This is just my opinion. But for me, a pop-up class can be just a simple choreography that somebody's just been recycling for a very long time and just sharing it and traveling and sharing it. To me, a master workshop is one that gets deep involved with technique. It might also give you some choreography so you can remember, but for the most part, the technique that you're learning there, you might not remember it all, but there are certain things that stay with you for a lifetime. A long time ago, I had the privilege to teach alongside the legend B-Boy Storm in Germany. One of my really good friends, B-Boy War Machine from South Germany, was able to make that connection and make it happen based on the way that I was breaking things down when we met at Battle of the Year. We had such a good connection and they liked the method in which that I taught, that he was able to supply me the great week of being out in South Germany and teaching alongside one of my idols, or pioneers that I really looked up to and studied, because I appreciated the workshops that I had been to before with him, and I thought this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I prepped, and while prepping, I still keep some of the same concepts that I had before, but obviously I learned a lot more. So in that workshop, I learned a lot of things on how to prepare a really good choreo that keeps you learning technique while learning choreo at the same time, because a lot of times it's just learn these steps and put them together, whereas with Storm it was more about the technique with inside the routine. So I think I remembered more of the technique than I actually do the choreography. It was a long time ago, but like I said, the technique stayed with me forever. Also in New York City with Quickstep, I've had the pleasure to assist when he was doing workshops for the Lincoln Center. And the way that he would teach was like in a way of historical point of view, like how it grew. Like let's take for instance like ground power. Ground power, some can argue, but the majority of us all agree, it started with a neck move. Rolling into it, backtracks, and going into your spins that way from the floor down. So basically starting from your knees and then working your way down. So for me, I really enjoy that approach because I love evolution and it allows for a lot of creativity the more you can learn. If you just learn like one technique, yeah, it might be high level, but it's the only technique you know. Something that isn't talked about often is the ability to go in with a certain set lesson plan, if you will, but at the same time be able to evaluate who really shows up to your workshop, and then have to know how to scale down or scale up. I think that's a really big part of a workshop, and as an educator you should have that under your belt, in that if you need to modify or stay doing something till they get it. We're on the way to get this workshop in. Super excited, beginners and a little bit more than beginners. Number one is definitely going to be a professional. When you show up, come ready as if the only thing that they're providing you with is a room. I carry with me battery chargers. So you have to bring your own adapters, bring your own battery chargers. You bring all your hard drives, backup hard drives, 2 or 3 different music players just in case. And I always bring with me a Bluetooth wireless speaker. It doesn't have to be large, but something is better than nothing. You know what I mean? A proper warm-up, preparing the class for what's about to come, being very specific, is very important in a workshop. I think that that's really big. Some other key points that are probably going really a long way for you is the ability to just be able to say, this is where we ended. You know, that your students get what they needed to get in that moment, what you felt that they needed to get in that moment is big, as opposed to, oh, did we make it to the finish line, if you know what I mean. You might have come with this whole plan ready to go, but if you don't get there and the students still got value out of it, I think that's still a good day, and it allows you to be able to promote for another day.
Pero lo más importante son niveles, cambios de niveles, porque nos van a enseñar muchas cosas. ¿Vale? Más rápido. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Abrimos, cerramos, mirando hacia la derecha.
hope and enjoy doing workshops. I am in Spain now, so having to speak in Spanish completely is a new challenge. So try to learn as many words as you can before you get to the workshop if you're teaching in another country. When I was in Germany, the things that I learned in the workshop, I can still say them today, and that was probably like something like 10 years ago. So I speak a little bit of German, just a couple of words, but the words that I need to when it comes to dance, anatomical parts, counting. So all of that really plays a big role. So if you found this workshop video interesting, give a thumbs up, like all of that good stuff. And if you're interested in learning my technique, I have a full beginner's accelerated breaking course. All you could do is just download it. You could download an app and have it in your mobile setup as well. It's not just on the website, and you can follow along. I break down every move, like so much so that once you learn that, once you master it, you can teach it that way as well. If you never knew how to break it down, some people might be incredible dancers, doesn't mean that they're incredible teachers. So I'm trying my very best to put all my emphasis on education. As I'm a man of age, I got 41 years old by the time I'm shooting this video, and I've been teaching for about 22 years now. So for me, education is the most important thing, making sure that the next generation has a leg up and speeds up on the learning process a lot faster than my generation did. All right, peace.